Alright, what's going on, guys? We are back with another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about some speculation about New Year's. So the New Year's Dual Dokkan Fest is fast approaching, right? We just got the LR Future Gohan that changes into Trunks, which is a very incredible unit, coming off of the Android 16 as the part 1. So what we're doing now is we're going to do some speculation looking forward. So from the maintenance notice that we do have, right, Global is going to go into maintenance the 25th into the 26th. This is when we're going to get the new update for, you know, all the power level stuff. The player rank's going to be boosted up to the 2000. So all of that is going to be implemented here. Now in this data download, I would expect them to already have the next Dokkan Fest in here, which is going to be New Year's. New Year's is always a dual Dokkan Fest as well. So 2 characters, usually pretty much paired up together in some sort of way, right? We had the Daima Goku and we had Glorio as last year's. Before that, we had Super Saiyan 3, Goku and Hirudegan. Before that, we had, you know, the LR Gohan, the Beastless Gohan, and Power Awakened Piccolo. So it's always some sort of pair. What we're going to do here is do speculation. We're going to go through each of like the sagas, really, and I'm going to give you like my ideas of like best picks from each one. And then at the end of the video, I will give you my top 3 picks that I want to do. So make sure you stick around for the end so you know which ones I think are most likely and which ones I want to see the most. So basically, we got the maintenance notice here. The Elder Kai banner, we can look at this, and this is typically indicative of when we will see the next release. So if we look here, the 28th at 11:59 p.m. So basically the 29th EST at midnight, right? Or 9 p.m. Pacific. Just depends on where you live. So that's basically when we can expect the new characters. So that's in, what, just over a week and a day, really? The download being on the 26th is pretty early, but it does go into the weekend. So I think that's why it's kind of set that way. Now, if we remember, JP is going to have a producer's letter, like a live producers, I think that's like in-person kind of thing. On the 25th. So on Christmas, they're going to have this live reveal. They're going to talk about some stuff. It's going to be a live producer's letter. I think this is where we could see them announce the New Year's units, right? So basically the 25th on Christmas, I could see them releasing, or at least like telling us exactly who the characters are. Maybe show us all the animations. Maybe just show us snippets of them, like the, you know, little teaser trailer we got for the future Gohan. I could see them doing that for this as well. Now, I don't know, you know, I don't read Japanese, so I don't know if this is 12 p.m. for them on the 25th, but I know that they're like a day ahead. So this could be 24th, 25th, just kind of depends on where you live, right? So once we get more information on this, you know, the countdown, when it's actually going to begin, you know, I assume they're going to broadcast it live on YouTube. We'll be able to pull it up. We'll be able to pull out exactly when it starts. But I do expect that this is when they will reveal the new characters. 26 will be a data download, and then we have another like day or 2 days until the actual units get released. Now, I do think these are going to be regular Dokkan Fest, so like TURs, because that's typically what they are. The only exception was these guys, right? So the Ultimate Gohan and the Power Awakened Piccolo were the only exceptions, just because they were from Superhero. They hadn't released a lot of superhero stuff yet. They were really trying to push that out, and they made it like a big grand release. Now, unfortunately, they'd kind of, I'd call it fumble with this guy, just because they do have Beast in the card art there. So a lot of people thought we're getting Beast Gohan, and we obviously didn't. And it made a lot of people really angry and upset that he was just an active skill. So I think they're gonna, you know, they correct that stuff from here on. I don't think they like to do that. They're gonna piss people off. But I don't think we're going to see LRs, right? Unless maybe they do like a big Daima thing. But I think they're saving the big Daima stuff for Anniversary. So I would expect these to be regular TURs, right? So now we're going to go through, I pulled up like all the categories here. The main ones we're going to go through is basically all the sagas, right? And I'm going to pull out, I think, the best picks from each saga. So starting off with the Dragon Ball saga, I think it's pretty obvious who we want to see here from Dragon Ball. And it's going to be a Kid Goku and a Demon King Piccolo. That matchup needs to happen, right? As Dokkan Fest units, it needs to happen. If it's not going to be now, maybe like Golden Week, or maybe part of the GDC or the TDC. But this is a matchup, a pairing that a lot of people have been pushing for a very long time. And we have yet to really see them do this justice. and I think it's time. I think New Year's is such a good time for it as well. Moving into the Saiyan saga, I think this one is pretty obvious too. You get Goku and Vegeta. I would hope for more of a Kaioken Goku, and then maybe a Vegeta. You can do the Giant Ape thing, but we already have a unit that does that, right? I mean, we're due for a new one, right? I mean, he's 7th year anniversary LR unit. They could definitely revamp him a lot and do some more stuff within there. But I don't know, just a regular Vegeta and a Kaioken Goku, I think would be so cool. You know, you get this moment in here, and I think that would be an awesome unit to have, like the best pairing, really. I mean, from the saga. Another kind of off the wall from this saga pairing that I thought of that I thought would be kind of fun would be Krillin, because he needs a Dokkan Fest, and Nappa. This is one that I thought would be kind of just a fun kind of New Year's pairing that they could pull out. Do I think this is going to happen? Probably not. Like, they're not going to go like this quote unquote low of hype characters right before the anniversary, because they want to try to trick you into summoning. They want you to use your stones, right? So they're probably going to pull out some pretty big characters here. So I don't see Krillin and Nappa, but I think this would be a fun pick, right? This is something I kind of thought of that I think could just be interesting. Next, we move into the Namek saga. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking Namek is going to be a big part of the anniversary, whether it's part 1, part 2, or intermixed in with Daima. I'd have to say I think that's a good choice for anniversary, right? Because you can get the original like transformation of Super Saiyan. You can get, you know, final form Frieza. That's maybe not full power, but just like the regular Frieza. I think would be such a cool pairing. But if they don't want to do it for anniversary, I think doing it here would be fine, right? We get a actual like final form Frieza, and then a Goku that does have the updated transformation animations in here. I think would be incredible. Now, I think this would obviously be a much better choice as an LR, because it would be just anniversary level animations, and love that they would put into the kits, into the animations. And I think this would just be so cool to see, right? The original Super Saiyan transformation of the series. So I think this is more of an anniversary level thing. I think a lot of people are thinking the same thing, but if they don't, this would be a decent pick here, I think, for New Year's. Moving into Android Cell Saga. So we're kind of coming off of this, right? We had the 16, we had the Future Gohan and Trunks, and that kind of wraps up the Android Cell Saga and kind of the Future Saga as well. But if they want to stick with this, I think a good lead in into Anniversary would be give us the Hellzone Grenade Piccolo we all thought we were going to get, and Android 17. Get that matchup in there, right? Because having these guys together just, it makes the most sense. This is such an iconic moment in the series that is still not really represented here. So you do this for New Year's, or you do this for Golden Week, or something where you have these characters paired together, and it just makes the most sense. And I think it would be incredibly fun. And both of these guys would buff the teams, right? I mean, Bond of Master and Disciple, you've got an android. So I think doing this is obviously like a really good pick to kind of continue to grow off of the celebration we just came out of, right? Instead of just completely leaving it high and dry and moving on to the next thing, you could build off of this. So this is a very cool pick. I know I've seen a couple people on Twitter as well that have agreed with this, and have kind of thrown this idea around. So I think this would be very awesome. Another one I thought of, you know, they're kind of off the wall, right? A Super Vegeta and maybe a second form Cell, you know, their pair up, their fight. You could have that in there, right? The Final Flash, like another updated Final Flash moment. You can have a second form Cell that maybe transforms into Perfect Cell, instead of going like the AGL one where he starts at first form, goes to second, goes to final, right? You can just skip that, just start at second, go to final, and you can have this like maybe a Super Saiyan Vegeta that transforms into a Super Vegeta. You know, you can do something like this. And I've always got to throw a Vegeta unit out there because Vegeta's my boy. So he is an option that I have thought of that I could throw out there. Moving into the Majin Buu saga. I think the best pairing for this, as much as I would like to say Kid Buu, obviously, I want Kid Buu to be an LR. So unless they're going to go out of their way to do the weird make him an LR thing again, which I highly doubt, I don't want to see Kid Buu here, right? And plus, we already had the Kid Buu and the, you know, the Super Saiyan 2 Goku that transforms into Super Saiyan 3 as a New Year's unit before. So I don't want to see them repeated here. Now, what I think could be a good pairing is Super Saiyan 2 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, or Majin Vegeta and Goku. You know, have those pairs fighting from their fight when Majin Buu ends up getting revived. I think this would be such a cool thing, because I know these units came out like forever ago at this point. So redoing this as a New Year's Dual Dokkan Fest, I think would be a very cool option, right? I think this would be a big hit among a lot of people, because this is such a cool, like, iconic moment. Future Saga, dude, I really don't have too much for this, because we had GDC, which was huge for Future Saga, right? Same with like GT. It's so hard to pull anything from there because we just came off giant celebrations for them that it almost makes no sense to like even consider this. But let's just say Vegito Blue and Fusion Zamasu. I mean, just throw it out there, right? We do have these guys as LRs, but get a standalone just Dokkan Fest Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, standalone Dokkan Fest Fusion Zamasu. You know, make them TURs. They don't have to be LRs, but I don't, like I said, I don't foresee Future Saga being a thing, but this is an option you can kind of throw out there. Universal Survival Saga. Now, this is a big one too that I know a lot of people have talked about that is very criminally underrepresented. Jiren versus UI Goku. And I'm not talking full power Jiren. I'm not talking mastered UI, you know, their final fight. I'm talking their first fight. You know, Kaioken Goku, Spirit Bomb, pushed back, turns into Ultra Instinct, and then their first like go at it, right? In this format, I think is something that is highly underrepresented in this game and could definitely pull off a big Dual Dokkan Fest New Year celebration, and probably pull a lot of people into Summon, because UI Goku, dude, I mean, seriously, seriously, you get UI Goku in there, you get Jiren in there, I think you're going to get a lot of people, and it's Tournament of Power. We love Tournament of Power. I love Tournament of Power. I know Toon loves Tournament of Power, so it'd be a big win for him on that side too. But I definitely think a UI Goku and a Jiren make a whole lot of sense as another pairing that you could do for some sort of Dual Dokkan Fest celebration, whether it be New Year's, whether it be Golden Week. I don't know if this is like anniversary, GDC, TDC sort of level that I would like to see. Just having these guys as normal, just Dokkan Fest is totally fine by me. Shadow Dragon Saga, I mean, again, not a whole lot to really pull out of GT after the whole GDC, but honestly, like Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, right? Now who you pair him up with can really be anything. I mean, you could do another Super Saiyan 4 Goku, which I highly doubt, because we had the Super Saiyan 3 transform to Super Saiyan 4, right? I don't foresee this being a thing. You could just do a Sin Shenron. I mean, we had Omega Shenron. If you do Sin, I mean, you could do something like that. You could do another Shadow Dragon. You could do, I don't say Baby, because Baby's already been used just recently too. So, you know, we've done a lot of GT this year. I don't foresee this. I think Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta makes more sense as like a Saiyan Day kind of unit, right? Standalone Saiyan Day, awesome animations, awesome, you know, just kit character, his own little mini celebration there. I think makes way more sense. But if they want to do it for a Dual Dokkan Fest, they can, right? Pair him up with, I say, like Sin Shenron, you know, basically like, or if you want to do Super Saiyan 4 Goku, it's basically a redo of like the second anniversary LRs, you know, I mean, or not LRs, but TURs, you know, you can just do that. That works too. But yeah, I think Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is much needed as a standalone, like new Dokkan Fest character. So either here or Saiyan Day would be my pick for this guy. What do we got here? GT bosses. I mean, I kind of just looked at it. I mean, another idea. I was trying to think of people you could pair up with him that maybe don't have like a whole lot of representation. I mean, you could do Rildo. You get their Rildo in there, but I don't really think that has much to do with him. You know, you could do like these two guys, but I don't think they're going to do anything GT, to be honest. I think GT is kind of off the table after the big year that they've had, and that's totally fine. Now, the last one we'll jump into is Demonic Power, and obviously you know where I'm going with this. This is Daima, of course. Save the Daima for last, because this is where a lot of people get irritated and probably click off the video. If you guys have already stuck around this long, which if you have, hit the like button, subscribe, do the thing, you know what I'm saying? Help your boy out. But thinking Daima here, obviously, my boys, Ku and Du, or one or the other, right? I was thinking tag unit more so for these guys, but a lot of the only tag units we've seen so far have been LRs, besides the like, was it banner unit, side unit, like free to play, the Trunks and Goten, they do an exchange, but all the other exchange units have been LRs. And unless they plan on doing a crazy little LR thing, which I mean they've done in the past, so it's been there. It's not a trend, but it's happened before. You could do these guys as a tag character. I think it'd be very fun, very cool. And then you could pair them up with Tamagamis. You know, whether it's 1, 2, or 3, probably 1. You know, because that's who they fight. They fight Tamagami 1. We've got all of these guys as super attack animations in the game now, thanks to the Red Zone event. So I mean, if you want to do a Ku or a Do versus a Tamagami 1, I think that would be a pretty cool, like, dual Dokkan Fest for New Year's. And then you take that and then you build off it going into the anniversary with the Adult Super Saiyan 4, the Adult Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, like all that stuff. I think would be very cool, very fun, and just, you know, all around just great picks. So now that we have gone through everything that I have kind of just like really, you know, pointed out as like I think from each saga, these are the best choices. Which ones do I want to see the most? So, dude, this is actually kind of a tough one. But honestly, I think Hellzone Grenade Piccolo and Android 17 are probably at number 3. I'd say number 2 is probably these guys, Jiren and Goku. I think would be a very, very cool one, man. And like I said, this has been very underrepresented, so I think this would be very fun. And then obviously, I think it's pretty obvious to everybody here, but my boys, throw them in there. This is my number 1 pick right here. Something Daima, something with my boys Ku and Do. I want to see them in there, man. When they first dropped in Daima, I was like, dude, these guys suck. I hate this character so much. And the more I watched it, I was more like, man, I really love these guys. So I really want to see them in the game. I want to see them represented in some sort of way. So make them the dual Dokkan Fest characters and I'll be happy. But overall, this is going to do it for the video today. So if you guys did stick around to the end, I do appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Remember, these characters, you know, Dual Dokkan Fest should start on the 29th at midnight or EST. We should get the reveal around Christmas. Data download for Global is going to be on the 26th. I assume they're just going to do another data download for JP the same time. So we should come out of that knowing what the characters are, and then a couple days later, they'll be released, right? We'll start getting like the Twitter animations, we'll get all that stuff, and then they'll be out. Ideally, the 29th is when they will actually drop, but we will see, and we will see who actually drops along with them. So let me know what you guys think of the characters here on this list that I have chosen. Let me know what characters you guys want to see the most, right? Give me your top 3. Top 3 picks for a dual Dokkan Fest for New Year's. Let me know, drop them in the comments below. And then again, let me know what you guys want to see for 11th anniversary. Make sure you guys are saving your stones no matter who shows up for New Year's. I guarantee you 11th anniversary is going to be much crazier. So stay strong, hold out, and we got one more major celebration to get through before the 11th anniversary. So I hope you guys are excited. Like, subscribe, do the thing, and I'll see you guys next time. See you.